So here is the Zenith TTL I used in my last video. As you'll remember if you saw it, that I managed to break the spring in the camera, but that's fine because really what I'm concerned with today is the lens. This is the Helios 44M 58mm f2. Now, as I've broken the camera, what I'm going to do is take the lens off, and using a cheap adapter I'm going to put it on my Olympus Micro Four Thirds camera. Now this isn't going to go off to a great start, I've discovered, because when I screw this on I notice that actually the mount is about 90 degrees out. Not the fault of the lens, absolutely the fault of the cheap adapter, but I don't think it's going to make any difference to the pictures. Now clearly this lens is not designed for this camera, so the way I'm going to use it is I'm going to put the camera on manual. I'm going to select a shutter speed of, I don't know, about maybe 1,000th of a second, a low ISO, and then I'm going to adjust the exposure by using the aperture ring in the lens. First thing I did was try this out on a textbook. So here's a little picture that I took. Out in the real world, of course, things may be a little bit different. So I'm going to go for my normal walk around the village that I live in, and I'm going to take some images. Most of the images I'm going to show you are more or less straight out the camera. As I shoot in RAW, they have been adjusted very, very slightly. The final image is one that I've worked on in Affinity Photo. So let's have a little look at the pictures that I took just wandering around the village. You see what you think. This is a lens which cost me £10, an adapter which cost me £8. The technique for me is to set the shutter speed, open the lens up to f2, then focus on the object you're going to photograph, and then shut down the lens until the meter tells me that the exposure is correct. Inevitably that results in a slightly darker picture, but it kind of works. And I have produced one picture at the end which is my style of photography. You might not like it. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm photographing it for me, not for you. But this is what this lens can produce. And I actually always liked this lens. I liked this in 1977 when I had a Zenith. This lens actually dates from 1981, but I particularly like the look of these lenses. Soft, yes. Slow to use, yes. But I like them. And actually, that's all that matters to me.